I had my protest ready if I didn't win.
You won't go walk like the monks, will you?
Yeah, I was going.
Everybody having a good day, man.
Yeah, yeah, for the most part.
I can feel the love in the air.
And Mark sent me a text about breathe when me and you was arguing.
Oh my God, he done seen us argue about 5-6 times.
Like me and Micah get into it sometimes. It's cathartic.
You niggas was arguing.
That's not even. That's not. You know. That's not even the 30th fight they've had.
I've never seen one before. I got triggered.
Everybody arguing, Micah.
He's been on.
I've seen y'all do a little banter, but that got intense. That scared me a little bit.
Yeah, Mark, we've been doing this 28 months, man. That's not even like the 50th fight they've had.
Counting the months is crazy.
The problem is she don't listen to me, and
shit reminded me of growing up.
So the argument is just the way it starts.
Nobody needs to listen to Micah.
Oh,
thank you, Aaliyah. I'm sorry.
That's a.
I can almost feel, you know, like sometimes people that like they feel when they got certain aches in their body, they can kind of tell when it's about to rain because they feel something. I feel it like my face get real warm when they about to fight. Like that's my tell. That's how I know it's coming. My scalp and my face get real warm. So when I type in the chat weekly fight loading, I only play.
That's facts.
That's funny.
Crazy.
It's always gonna be a weekly dig at Dash and his sarcasm. And
he's an asshole.
You know,
is he?
Fuck yeah.
Thank you, Mark. What the fuck?
Fuck yeah.
I got beef with that, but like not because of that. I heard some of your Chappelle commentary. I didn't like.
Yes, thank you. Go ahead. Get in there.
What I did, man. What I did before I go play. Man. What I do.
It's okay.
No, this is the time. I've been waiting for somebody to bust his ass on this.
Yo, pause.
Okay.
Dash gotta go pray.
Pause. Come on. Let's go.
We're way grown. Come on,
I mean, your podcast that you're on is not past it. You guys read the part of the show, then the following recording, you guys were pausing.
You're better than that, Dash. I expect more from you.
Oh my God, I'm not better than that. Trust me.
What help me understand something real quick. What is your disagreement? I heard you say I was loud and wrong about part of the Chappelle thing, which I wasn't. But
about which part?
You said I was not Chappelle. What's your issue with my Chappelle take? I don't follow.
No, I said I said it was like, okay, you're applauding, but it was like kind of nitpicky to just highlight the one, like the one fault, I should say. But then again, it's potting.
Well, okay, that's fair. I mean, I guess. I mean, to me, it wasn't the one fault. It was the whole theme of the show. The whole theme of the comedy special was I'm free to do this there.
Yes, but what is that?
So it wasn't like a nitpick. I wasn't like his jacket was too tight. I was disagreeing with the whole premise of the thing.
No, but yeah, you were talking about the one journalist that was murdered in Turkey.
Well, murdered at the Saudi Arabia embassy. To be clear, it would be misleading if you say in Turkey. It would sound like Turkey murdered him and not Saudi Arabia. But
it was in Turkey.
If you're in the embassy, you are no longer in that country. You're
exactly.
You're in Saudi Arabia. For backup. No, Mark does not need backup. All right.
That's a good thing to highlight.
Juicy and I are in sync like that. But what I was saying the same thing. If you're in an embassy, you're in that country. So he was killed in Saudi Arabia. If you want to be technical, but not being technical, he was killed by the Saudi Arabians for being a journalist. But he's not the only journalist that was killed in Saudi Arabia. Hundreds of journalists are killed in Saudi Arabia. That's just
when I did research, I only seen the one. When you say hundreds, I only seen the one.
You think that was their first? In all honesty, you think that was Saudi Arabia's first journalist?
Probably not.
Okay.
We know how they roll, man. We know how they roll.
Exactly. And you pointed out that Muslims go over there and joke about terrorism. Yes, because that's an acceptable joke. But they couldn't joke about the Prophet Muhammad. Would you agree?
I'd agree, and I wouldn't joke about anybody's Jesus jokes, God, Muhammad jokes.
You don't move the goalposts though. My point is, you said that I was loud and wrong for saying that.
I didn't say loud and wrong.
No, you did. That's an exact quote. And if you go back, I'll
yes,
it's an exact quote. You said Mark is loud. You said Mark was loud and wrong about saying that about free speech, saying that he couldn't make jokes about Islam in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yes.
Yes, from the last
I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that.
Okay, so you accept that you said that, right? So we can keep going.
I remember that part, yeah.
Okay, yes. And what I'm saying is I wasn't, you picked one specific acceptable Muslim joke to make. But the point was there are many that you can't make because it's not, you're not free to say whatever you want. It just so happens that his beliefs align with the things that you're allowed to say. So you can make a trans joke because it's anti-trans space. So that's not freedom. That's just they happen to agree with your shit, right? You can make Jesus, and I'm not deifying America, but you can make Jesus jokes. If you make Jesus jokes in America all the time, they make t-shirts, right? You can't make a Muhammad joke in Saudi Arabia. And I'm not saying Saudi Arabia is worse or better than America. I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about free speech, let's not pretend Saudi Arabia is a bastion of free speech, which is the thing that I thought was disingenuous about what he said. Remember, I didn't have an issue with what he said. What I said was it's a bad argument. That's what I said. It's a bad argument because it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think in all countries, everywhere you perform, you're gonna have some. Yo, look at my co-host hyping you up. Look at this shit. He giving you a jerk, like an air jerk.
Yo, he got
you. He got you. That's funny.
Air jerk is crazy.
Air jerk is crazy, but funny.
I didn't hear air jerk is wow. Now that might have to be clipped.
Let's eat that.
That might have to be clipped.
Oh,
I'm saying I think every country has its there's an echo shit.
Oh damn, Parks ain't here. My bad.
Oh my god. See, they're all jumping me with Mark. This is crazy. Every country has its, like, okay, in the States he couldn't make trans jokes. In the States he couldn't make
trans jokes. He makes them all the time. He had eight specials in the United States, 9 specials on Netflix with trans jokes. With
no recourse at all.
What recourse did he have?
What was the
But he was saying he came out and said that they tried to cancel me, or they try to cancel me for making these jokes. Y'all came on the pod. You say it's bullying. You say it's overly done. It's too much.
They tried to cancel me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you're conflating criticism with canceling. Like, yeah, you're going to get criticized for saying things, but that's not an absence of free speech. That's a free speech.
Is that recourse or commentary though?
That's what I'm saying. That's not recourse.
Right.
That's my point. So, like, you're saying, well, he couldn't make trans jokes in the United States. He's made $100 million off of trans jokes on Netflix in the United States.
Marion, we're gonna discuss that too.
In America, he got public backlash. In Saudi Arabia, he could get governmental backlash. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, and you can get killed for it, like Jamal Khashoggi.
But
I did like how he did say his name in the special. It did kind of, show a certain respect for the situation because he could have.
And I love Dave.
I don't really fuck with him, but
I know Dave. I like Dave. I love Dave, and I've known him for a long time. I just didn't agree with that take. And as much as y'all say I step around, people who I fuck with. Dave. I took Dave head on because I thought it was necessary. I thought it was, even though I think he's hilarious. I just think sometimes you gotta do that.
What was your thought on the clip that they played on the pod? I think it was like, okay, you're going to certain platforms and there's no common ground. You're not going to get to a common ground with some of the people you discuss shit with. And it's just for the look or try to grab an audience or like, what are your thoughts on
Well, they didn't say that in the clip you're referencing. That might be what you think, but they didn't say that.
No, it's literally, they said promotional to try to like get audience or get something monetary from behind it.
Yeah, see, I didn't interpret it that way, but I'll listen to it again because maybe I missed something. I didn't catch
clip. Anybody?
Those sound effects were annoying as hell. Like that guy was giving himself like.
Just to say, there were multiple things happening, so I honestly did. I may have, and that was my first time hearing it, and the only time I've heard that. I didn't know David ever spoken about me in public, so
it wasn't him. It was whoever he was with.
Well, Kweli started it, and then Dave added to it. It was Kweli and Dave, but Dave said something too, and that's the part that I hadn't heard before. But I think the bigger point that I took away from it was that I'm treating Candace like she's normal, right? I'm asking her questions like she's a reasonable conversation partner and that I can get something from it. I think you're right about that part. I disagree. Here's the thing. I think it's problematic to give people platforms who don't deserve them, but I can't give Candace Owens a platform. Candace Owens her platform is 50 times bigger than mine. So I'm not platforming Candace Owens. I'm holding her accountable because Candace Owens can sit with me and talk to 500,000 people, or she can sit on her own platform and talk to 6 million people. But when she talks to 6 million people and no one's checking her, when she talks to my 500,000 people, they are. You know what I mean? And so I think it's not platforming her. Platforming is taking, it wasn't Antoine Jameson or whatever, and bringing him on for a debate. The guy that would interview Brian McKnight, because he's somebody who doesn't have a huge, he has a bigger platform than me, but he doesn't have a huge one. I'd be introducing him to a new audience. My audience already knows Candace Owens. So to me, that's different. Same reason when I go on Piers, I'm not platforming Piers. You know what I'm saying? Charlamagne's not platforming Candace. I think it's different. Same thing with Joe. Joe's not platforming Candace. I think the key is when they come into your space, you got to ask a tough question.
Do you think with some of these people you're going to come to get to some common ground? Maybe they'll understand some of your points of views.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't debate the person to convince the person. I try to convince the person watching. I went on Fox News for years debating Bill O'Reilly. It wasn't to convert Bill O'Reilly. It was to convert the people watching the Bill O'Reilly show. If I debate Candace and 3 million people watch that YouTube clip, I think last time I checked, maybe more now. If 100,000 people see the world different, I don't give a fuck if Candace sees it different.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Because that's what the clip. I think that's what the Chappelle and Talib Kweli clip was pretty much saying. It's like you're not really finding a common ground with the person you're speaking to. You're just arguing.
That ain't the point. You don't. The reason they publish letters to the editor or Dear Abby isn't just to give advice to the person who needs help. It's so that everybody read the newspaper can get some relationship advice. You dig what I'm saying? Like that's the idea. It's not about the one-on-one. It's about the bigger kind of conversation.
Yeah, I think the term they used was like rage baity or some shit.
Yeah. See, what's funny is I went on. Candace called me and asked me to come on right after George Floyd got killed. And we were there to talk about George Floyd. We weren't there to talk about trans people. We weren't there to talk about who had babies. We weren't there to talk about affirmative action. We weren't there to talk about none of that shit. And as she lost the George Floyd debate, and that's why I tell people to actually watch the interview. She kept changing subjects until she could find something. And the trans thing, it wasn't necessarily she found something. She just kept changing the conversation. And so it looks like we're talking past each other all the time because she was doing this, just reaching. And that's cool, you know, but it's different. And I would do it again. I would just approach it differently.
How would you approach it this time?
The way I did when she came on Night School. You know, I didn't let her squirm out of things, and I pressed her on things. We were talking because she kept bringing up things that she didn't know about with expertise anyway. And I was saying, well, no, that's not true. Here's references to show you that that's not true. At some point, I talked about it being, you know, I talked about like my father and him not being it being illegal for him to do certain things when he was growing up. And she was like, that's impossible. And I was like, well, here's how old he is. Here's what the law says. You're wrong. And she was trying to make a moment of like catching me in something. And I was like, oh, wait, no, I just didn't do the math right. And then we kept it, but I held her there long enough to actually show that point. I don't move on. Like on the pod, sometimes you got to move on, right? Because one of the rhythm and the time, but also this is your co-host. So if I'm just saying, if Joe is hemming me up in a debate and he's kicking my ass, at some point he's going to let me go because like kicking my ass for an hour isn't good TV. But when you bring in somebody who's an ideological opponent, kicking ass for an hour is good TV. So it's different. And I didn't kick Candace's ass. I'm just saying like the approach is different.
When you say hold someone accountable, it just kind of leaves me a little confused because accountability means that you would have to have some kind of, I guess, understanding of that person's compass. And so if that compass is different, it's almost like how you wouldn't be able to charge somebody of a crime if they weren't, you know, mentally, you know, in state. Like, so if this person doesn't have that comprehension, how are you really holding them accountable? Like, it almost feels like talking to a wall for entertainment. Does that make sense when I'm asking?
Yeah. So when I say accountability, in at least in political journalism, we have a thing called accountability interviews, which is different than a kind of general interview. And so an accountability interview is you said this, but then you did this. Or you said this, but this turned out to be true, not to be true. Or how do you prove that this happened when there's no evidence of this? Or you said this and this, and they both can't be true. How do you? So it's more like holding people responsible for things they've already said and done. Again, not for their benefit, but for the audience's benefit. So like all my Al Jazeera interviews with Israeli generals were accountability interviews, and I don't think they have a moral compass at all. But it doesn't matter because you said this is illegal, and then y'all did it. So is it not illegal, or did y'all do something illegal? You know, that's what I mean.
Okay.
You do have a pod that it was supposed to drop yesterday. I brought it up on the space. You have a pod dropping tomorrow with your wife Melissa.
Yes.
Any like what's gonna be the theme of the pod?
The pod is called In This Thing Together. It's about love, relationships, family, parenting. We still draw from pop culture. We still talk about stuff that's in the news. We still talk about things going on in the world, but it's not pop culture is not the center, but these things we just talked about. You know, In This Thing Together is about our relationship, but it's also about all of us being in this thing together as human beings, Black people being in this thing together. You know, people of the same political mind being in this world together. And so the idea is like, how do we build and grow community? You know, for me, a big part of that is family. A big part of that is parenting. A big part of that is mental health. A big part, you know, so we're going to talk about all kinds of things. Our relationship is the kind of center of it, but we're not giving relationship advice. We're not sitting there acting like we're experts on anything like that, but we're going to talk about stuff through that lens. So this first episode, which is called What Are We Doing? Part of that is us actually talking about like what the pod is, what we're doing. Then at some point in the pod, we start talking about what does it mean when somebody in your relationship says, what are we doing? Or where is this going? Right? Is that always a bad thing? That's one of the questions we talked about. Is that always a bad thing? Also, like, is that something only women say to men? Do men ever say, like, do Micah ever be like to his girl, or do Stag ever say to his significant other, or does Dash ever say like to somebody he's dating, like, yo, where is this going? Do I, you know, like, do we ever get that kind of easy, or is that some shit we do? Or, and we do, how do we respond? What'd you say?
Trying to get me to talk my way out the pussy?
That's part of the pod. That's one of the things we talk about. And then, and my ridiculous, audacious wife, who's totally wrong, talks about how junky and messy I am, but how in a very specific context where she was saying, like, and I think it's in the clip, Mark had my car for less than an hour, and when he gave it back to me, like, the shit was like, it had juice box, and it wasn't my son's, pretzel, salt everywhere, a can. And she's like, yo, what are you, like a teenager? And my point was, the reason I was in your car was because I woke up 2 hours early to get it serviced, to get it changed. And then so you wouldn't have to come back home. I delivered your car to you, then dropped my car off, Ubered back. Like, I did all this shit for you. So yes, in the process of doing that in a crazy day, I forgot to clean the car out. So you should be more focused on the thing I did for you, not the fact that it took 30 seconds to clean the car up. And I can see from my Juicy's face that she see it different, but that's the point of the podcast, right? Like, it's Stag, I can't hear you, bro. I know you said something.
So are you viewing this from a glass half full standpoint, basically?
I'm viewing, yes, but also because she's like, why? She said she talked about a lot of the women she deals with. They always be like, whenever our partners or our dude does something, it always comes with something. Like, why can't we just get
like you doing something for me should not inconvenience me. At the point that I'm inconvenienced, this is no longer like what you're trying to paint it to be. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but throwing away that trash is a lot better than waking up and getting your car serviced and delivered. I promise you, if you had to choose between them two things.
What about Dash?
I hate men.
Can you bring back that point that you had at the end of the spaces about whether we should be vocal about
the snip?
The snip versus, it was like snip versus an abortion, I believe. Or
and telling people about it.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
That was a very loaded question.
Dash made sure to say permission. He wanted to.
I use the word permission. Okay. Look, Mark. Oh man, see, they've been doing this to me all day. Let me tell you, they've been doing this to me all day.
Your day.
It is my day.
Great day.
Everybody has their day. So the conversation about getting snipped. Okay, I heard Ice's point of view. It's like your body, your choice. Okay, you should have a conversation with your significant other. But with that, having a conversation, isn't it kind of like getting to a common ground and getting permission? And if you need permission to get snipped, then should they, if they get pregnant, should they need your permission to get an abortion if they want to have an abortion?
Wow. I don't see them as the same thing first. But I don't see them as the same thing. for reasons of like actual, like one is like there's an actual child here as opposed to the possibility of creating a child. But,
exactly.
But regardless, I can't imagine being in any way close to a healthy relationship and doing either of those things without having a conversation. So I can't even imagine a situation where where that would be a dilemma, like where I'd be thinking about getting snipped without talking to the person that I would be having children with. I can't imagine a situation where someone will be having an abortion without having that conversation. Now, let me take that back. I can, but those are none of them are healthy situations.
Exactly.
That's the point, right? Because of course I can think of a million. I know lots of women who've had abortions without telling their significant other, and every single time was for a reason that generally meant they shouldn't be in a relationship with that person.
Right.
I ain't never seen one. So to me, it's less about permission, because permission implies this power dynamic and this thing. It also invokes like ego and all these other things about like it's that I think are distractions to the actual point, which is how can we make a healthy decision together about choices or how can we have a healthy conversation about choices that I'm going to make, that I want to make, and talking through them. So that so I hope that answered your question.
So you say you go to wifey and you tell her I'm gonna go get snipped. She says no.
He won't give it up.
But that's a different. That to me that wouldn't be the conversation, right? Because are we actively trying to have children first, right? Because to me, if one of us thinks we're having children, the other one doesn't, then the conversation isn't I'm getting snipped. It's I don't want to have children anymore. I'm altering our collective life plan. That's the conversation. The snip is just that's literally just the act at the end of this thing. That's the conversation. Now, if we're not planning on having children, that's a different then it's kind of like, hey, we're done with kids. I'm thinking about getting snipped. I think that's less of an issue. And frankly, if we're no longer in child having mode and a dude wants to get snipped, I mean, the question might be why, right? And there's good reasons why, there's trash reasons why, but that's a conversation to have. But I think all of this still centers on what's our life plan and how is this choice impacting our life plan? Because having kids is a collective choice.
This question is for Mark and Aaliyah. I need to know, has there ever been a time, and it probably has, because it's natural. I think for me it feels natural. That you asked for permission and then thought to yourself, why am I asking for permission? Or,
Why do you keep saying permission? You don't want to consider your significant other when you're in a relationship? I'm considerate of the person that I am doing life with. So I'm considering his feelings. I want to make sure that this is okay for us.
Well, let me rephrase it. Ever been a time that you've been considerate and thought of your life?
No.
Okay.
Why am I?
If that's the case, I'm in the wrong relationship.
My answer is different. And this is where they hit me up on the positive tower. You contradicting, and I'm not. Have I thought that? Yes. Is that my best self? No. Right? There are times where you make sacrifice. I mean, it could be something small. I could be like, yo, we going to dinner, you pick where you want to eat. And I got a taste for some shit. Sometimes you ask because you think you can get the answer you know what I'm saying, that you expected, and then they say the exact opposite, and now Juicy like, oh, we getting Indian.
Like, why did
the fuck did I even ask? It was my turn to choose, right? Yes, I might think that. You know what I mean? And on a more serious matter, I might be like, because to be human is, everybody wants their needs met. To be human is to want your needs met. And being in relationships is to make compromises and sacrifices about your needs sometimes. So yeah, there are moments where you're like, son of a bitch, relationships are a mother. I mean, that's to be human. But I don't ever want to stay there. And that's not my best self. That's not my healthiest self. And sometimes it's just a flashing moment. Honestly, sometimes it's just that. You know? But yeah, I've thought that. Yeah, honestly, I've thought that. I don't know if my wife knows that.
You hear that, women? About why
Shut up, Micah.
Asked you anything about this situation.
Now he just added he just remixed that.
Yeah, how you go? He said sometimes.
Micah did he?
I'm mixing.
Yeah, that's what we think.
I'm mixed together. That was both of y'all answers together, and I was just
Okay.
Giving us
Don't put
something.
me
Like, I
on
don't think that's what I just said.
That's what I got from Aaliyah. BS she just got.
That's not what you got for me. That's not what you got for me. This
What
is all
should
fuck
he
with
have?
him.
What should he have gotten? What
He
should
should have got that it's okay to be considerate of the person that you plan to do life with.
Copy that.
When
It's
you're actually
also,
like that person, you'll want to be considered. It's like it's not even a chore.
Exactly. It's not a chore for me
Right.
to consider my man.
Thank you, Seth. I
Thank
need
you.
that toxicity.
And that's why
Seth said, but for
Micah
real.
single and Seth, I don't know. It's iffy.
Hi, KL.
What y'all got going? Hey everyone. I just came up
Okay.
here because I didn't want y'all to try to jump my homegirl. That's it.
Yeah, they had me messed up,
Never.
gang.
She
That's
cold.
all. I don't like no mess.
I would never jump her. I'm afraid.
What?
Put her
Okay.
nice voice on there.
Yeah, you know how Micah like to do.
I don't like no mess. And Dash, I'm so happy. Dash, I love all of this for you. You know why? Because no, seriously, because you like to come up here and throw something out there for somebody else to say how you feel about it, and you've been put in the hot seat all day
Is Mark
to
not
speak
here?
up, nigga. And I love that for you. You know, I actually manifested this.
Oh,
Shit.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
Shout out to
Too much of my
Peacemaker.
homegirl,
Amen.
because she is.
She let that energy
Right.
Yeah, at least I try to wake shit up on the stage, not from the comments. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like, you in the
brother.
comments-
Whatever. Nigga, this your show. This ain't my show.
You know what I was
Y'all
thinking?
handled the barbs very well today. I want to say that too.
Y'all better
did.
than me.
Me too, shit. but go ahead.
at least y'all got to hear their talking points. And y'all
Who
got
wanted to hear that shit, Micah?
I didn't want to hear
Micah,
that shit. They don't even use their real voice.
Didn't nobody want to hear that? But yeah, that was crazy.
that's hate, yo.
We
That
started
was
the space.
crazy.
We started the space at 4. By 4:02, we had 5 requests from all bars.
My
That shit was
God.
crazy.
What? No.
We hadn't even mentioned Nikki yet. and they was
They
so
only had 2 shots from Mark.
They knew what was happening.
Hold on, no, Dash. By minute 11, there were 4 from nothing but bars. Like,
oh my
The first girl was like, and we came here because we know Joe B in this space sometimes, so we want to make sure.
Oh my
he's
God.
here. I was
I'm
like,
so glad he ain't go up there.
Ain't nobody looking
I'm
for
glad
that
he
nigga.
didn't go up there to give them the satisfaction either.
No, he'd never.
He's
Not
a
during
smart
I'm
the
glad
show.
he didn't.
I wish she would have
Crazy.
popped
Only
out
Mark
like I
calls
got
for that
evidence that she was
You
on
said
that
what?
shit.
I
They
said
would
only
have
Mark
fell
calls for
out.
that shit.
No, I'm just
Mark
saying he's smart.
survived, I guess.
I'm just saying he's smart for not going on there. I wouldn't do that either. I made that mistake.
Hell no.
Oh, good. They was calling your ass
yeah.
out too. They was calling you out anytime they got a chance. Oh, and that they kept calling Marc Lamont Hill just different names and talking about like they were doing a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, they mad at me because it was funny. Is I made a reference to when Joe wrote a tweet and I said, yeah, they're running out of talking points, or they're running out of something. And I wasn't talking about bars. The bars that I was talking about them, I really wasn't. I was more making them. It was about the MAGA stuff, but it wasn't. It was more. Yeah, but either way, the point still remains. Like Nikki was on some bullshit, and I called it out, and I think that's okay. And the fact that they respond with such anger and vitriol and personal shit is, to me, is like I've never said anything bad about Nikki.
How far would you go?
Is she paying rent?
Your husband gets off, or well, not your.
She got to be doing something.
Or your significant other gets off the list. You know what I'm saying? You probably would, you know.
He can't though.
But he can't. That's the thing. I think.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That cracker in presidency, anything's possible.
Here's why I don't think it is, right? Because all of her dude's charges are, for the most part, except for the failure to register, are state charges. And so the president can't pardon, and the governor's Gavin Newsom, so he ain't doing it for nobody, but definitely not for Trump. So I don't get the angle. Some people say it's a citizenship angle. I don't know. I don't know her business.
There's a brother too.
Yeah, but the brother is also state charges. So like I don't want to speculate on her business because that's not what I care about. I just disagree with the choices she's making with Charlie Kirk and the choices she's making politically. And so if you're going to enter the political arena, you have to expect to get a response from political commentators. That's all. It's no beef. I shout Nikki. I even said she was the top 10 MC, which I probably don't even think. Right? If I
Mark, please.
If I thought about it more,
they said that I probably don't even think.
If I gave it more time, if I gave it more time, I probably could come up with 10 more. But
We
you know,
talking
Right,
about
put Africa
everything.
Bambaataa in there. And
shit. That's a bad choice. That's nasty.
Very bad choice.
Was anybody else weirded out when like after TP talk, the person went and they were like, "You tweeted once that Little Kim was."
I was like,
Yes,
what?
I
They
was
brought
like,
it.
whoa.
Yo, Juicy, what you missed is they did a whole space and put her tweet in the jumbo. That same tweet in the jumbo while y'all was still going. After y'all kicked all of them out. That shit was crazy.
That's why I wanted to push it forward. Dash wanted to throw her back in the fire.
Dash is crazy.
No, let me get to you.
They had that girl shit in the jumbo. But wait, I ain't gonna lie. The messy part of me wanted y'all to ask if what the gay man that was speaking on her behalf, like how he felt.
How do
You know
we
what I'm saying?
he was gay? Okay.
That wasn't a gay man?
Because he's a barb.
I don't know.
That wasn't a gay man?
Which one?
Micah, Mike is not my friend. I swear.
Well, a lot of them up
He
there
don't put
say,
me in
which one?
position. And when you see how he did that,
I'm saying
that's fucked up.
Don't let him push out of that. You was right, girl. Don't let him.
That's crazy. Like, why? Come on, man. That was all right.
Look, we were talking to robots, androids.
Y'all, come help.
I ain't gonna say another word. That's a dirty joke. Mark, close your camera so I can say the joke.
You know, y'all handle your business. I'm about to. I'm actually logging out anyway. It's time for dinner. But thank y'all.
Say something inappropriate.
What? What you mention?
Oh,
I thought you meant you. I missed that one. I'm sorry.
Then close the
I
camera.
thought you were saying, nah, it's okay. Like it's okay. Like
appreciate you coming through, Mark.
Well, he ended up giving out information.
Sign out.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you, Mark.
No, hold on. My wife is here, and I wanted to.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Oh damn, he dropped off.
No. I pressed the button. My bad.
Micah, hey.
There you go.
Micah, that shit, y'all.
I pressed it before he started talking.
Oh, he changed his name to Potter of the Year?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, that's because I'm Potter of the Year, but that's just
congratulations. Congratulations.
Hey. So y'all got doing your best behavior now.
Yes.
Because I'm here.
Because you're here. They don't care. They don't care about me.
I was like, it's weird.
They don't care about me.
Yes, you're making your debut tomorrow. We are excited to see you.
I'm nervous.
Oh, don't be. I'm sure it'll be wonderful. I'm really excited to see like Mark get handled because I'm sure that's something that only the wife can do. Like I'm really excited for that.
Wow, Juicy. It'd be your friends.
Being honest.
Are you excited?
I am excited. Like I said, you know what? It's hard because the internet is mean. So
it's mean motherfuckers, man.
It's real, but I'm excited because I like doing this. I like the fact that we, I like the fact that we did this at least to test it out. And again, like you always say, if it sucks, we'll just stop doing it.
That's what I told you.
Like it's not.
I was like, if it sucks, we're not gonna put it out. So I've already seen it, and it doesn't.
Yeah, we did two.
Mark has spoken to being adverse to taking that entrepreneurial risk. How are you the same way, or how do you kind of look at that type of thing?
Yeah, probably.
Even more so.
Probably even more so.
Okay.
She's not really an immigrant, but like she got that immigrant mentality.
Oh my god!
Like money buried in the yard type shit.
Oh my god!
You just never know what's gonna happen. Okay.
You're not Caribbean though, right? You do bury the body like in a decent.
No, West Indian, but Caribbean.
Okay. Oh, no.
Not West Indian, but Caribbean.
You're gonna wait a couple weeks.
But technically, West Indian.
Micah,
please.
Micah, is you cool?
Is you cool?
Like, get off the mic. Like,
y'all just let him embarrass us.
Yeah, y'all let him just say anything. Hello, step in. Co-host.
Juicy, Dad. Somebody say
this nigga's insane. Yo, this is crazy.
I can't step away to get water for 1 second, yo.
But don't do that. Don't leave Micah by himself.
I'm trying to behave in front of company.
Well, Micah ain't. Y'all need to get his ass.
I did not foresee this. No, Mark said he was signing off, so I went to go get some, and I come back and his wife just popped up.
We got our signals crossed. I thought she wasn't coming. She said it's okay, and I thought she meant it's okay. Like it's okay. Like I'm not coming.
I meant like it's fine. Like I'll come down because I was like I'm
and that's how
doing all types of like exactly. I was like it's fine. He was like no, you can leave the camera. I was like nah, it's fine. Like I don't want to be weird. That's something like I'll you can put the camera on. Like I'm like
got you.
He just like I come down. He's like, all right, signing up. I'm like, wait.
Right. I was trying to rush off to get dinner with you, but
right.
But no.
You asked about Eclair. I was like, why is right now.
Oh,
Just
see,
curious.
and this is how communication happens.
You can't be rushing off when I come. Nah, let me sit down, see what's going on, get the layout. We're not doing all of that. I feel you, girl.
What you rushing for?
This is too cute.
What you rushing for?
Yeah. What you got?
Yeah, who was you talking to?
Right. This time, Shady, gotta go. Everybody got
Right. I was like,
yeah, what you rushing for?
Babe, it's nice.
Who on there? Let me see.
I gotta ask her the same question I asked Mark. Are there times when?
Oh, yeah, it's a good question.
Oh,
yeah. Are there times when?
Hold on, 1 second, Micah.
Because you were starting to give me a little bit of the.
I want to give you. I was going to give them context. So Stag is one of the steady members of this crew.
Okay.
Reasonable, nice. Juicy is the mature one. She's the adult in the room at all times.
Okay.
She's also she's also a therapist, so she has a certain kind of mentality.
Oh,
okay.
Micah is like, if it were a music group.
You got to jump him, Kay.
You know what? I'm gonna stop.
Banjo.
A little Bobby Brown.
I'm about to say
Young Bobby Brown.
Somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in there. Dash is the mysterious one, partly because he's not from here. He's undocumented.
Hey, now don't say that. My dog praying, man. You saying that during my
Latin American studies.
Okay.
He's Iranian.
He's praying, unlike you, Mark.
He's what?
He's praying right now, unlike
you,
yes. Mark. You stop.
Interrupting my man's prayers with wild comments.
That's why I exchanged parents joke. So that's our bit. Yeah.
Sorry.
Everybody else up here is very nice and very cool.
They are.
KL gives me a hard time. So she's not part of the core, but she's up here all the time, and she's very smart, very nice, except for when she's giving me a hard time. And Aaliyah, I haven't spent as much time with, but she's been very reasonable against Micah's ridiculousness. So Micah, in light of that context,
you know what I'm saying? You know.
And there's lots of people in the audience, but we're the ones on stage right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're not just talking to 8 people.
Oh.
You're talking to an audience. I just don't want I'm not bringing the comments. Oh, wait. Maybe that didn't help. Okay, Micah, go ahead.
I was talking to the rest of these people. Okay. So
are there times, and probably more frequent or more, I don't even know the word, but are there times when you take Mark into consideration and then you have to think back like, I shouldn't have taken him into consideration on this. This is a decision I should have just made.
Oh, you ain't gonna ask the first question?
What's the first one? Hey.
About the snip.
The permission.
Oh, that was the Dash. I have to ask that question. I've never asked that. They had a conversation on the podcast about a man made a joke about getting snipped and not letting his girlfriend know about it.
Oh no, that's wild.
Of course, he joked about it, and our Dash brought up in our later show, and I feel like he kind of felt this way a little bit. I don't want to put out he did. Can a woman go and make like a abortion or that type of change or decision without permission, man? Or her
permission? We don't use that word.
Well, he used the word permission. A bad word to use. It's permission.
Permission implies that like you have some say in a very particular kind of paternal way.
He's Muslim. He's a Muslim man from the Middle East. I think that's how they
you ask but you ask authority figures for permission. You're thinking about the word when we use the context, we use that word like your teachers, your parents.
Well, aren't men supposed to lead?
What?
They're not parents, nigga.
You can lead and not
if I'm supposed to lead as the man,
Michael, are you cool?
I gotta take on the spirit of Dash while he's praying.
My Dash, get off the carpet.
If you appoint one of your students to be the line leader, if you appoint one of your students to be the line leader, does that mean that they now have to the other kids have to get permission from that line leader to do something?
No, they're carrying out. They're following what I do.
Exactly. Therefore, I was talking to Micah. Micah's a teacher as well. You can't tell.
I'm off. I signed off from that when I signed off from that.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, of course not.
Church and state, right?
Like, never right.
I wouldn't have got teacher for you.
For real?
You didn't know Michael was a teacher?
No, I would have said like party promoter.
Oh shit.
No,
I
Mike
do
is
promote
actually,
parties.
Mike is actually one of our really gifted teachers. He works with special needs students.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's dope. Seriously, that's dope. Salute.
Yeah, I lead them into a straight path, straight into more.
All right now.
Lord.
I can't say that.
I tried to bring him up, and then he just
Party promoter is sending me over the edge. Party promoter?
Duality.
I do make the flyers.
Period.
Not to put down. That's not putting down party promoters.
No, salute the party promoters. Yeah.
Shout out to them.
It's a different job.
But no, I feel like sometimes the word permission shouldn't be so bad. It shouldn't be used so in vain in a relationship. Sometimes permission, we do have power dynamics at times in certain relationships, and I think that works for them.
Yeah, with my mom and dad.
Right.
My thing is talking it out, like talking with them about it. It's not getting permission, but it is you're considering how they feel.
Right.
It's a head.
So yeah,
it's why men feel like they in jail when they in relationships because they look at consideration as permission.
But that's why I was saying earlier in the space, I'm not necessarily looking for your blessing. I'm looking to see your thoughts on it, because I do factor you in this decision, because of course we collectively need to, be all right with this. Like that's about compromise. You know what I'm saying? So it should not be one-sided, because at that point it shouldn't be one-sided, because at that point somebody could form some type of resentment from the situation because somebody didn't get their way.
Not asking permission is how people end up on Dateline.
Micah,
why do he always have to take it to hell?
Trying to make permission make sense. It's like,
but Micah, you asked me about the getting snipped. Do you think that men should get permission to get snipped?
I think it'll be dishonest. Well, this is my real answer to that. I think it'll be dishonest if you're in something in there, like you said, anticipating a relationship where we're trying to have a baby and you're not saying anything. I think that is just manipulation if you kind of going about it that way.
Yeah, we have a whole set of expectations around where we're going. I mean, particularly the person like every time I bring up children, what are you saying? Like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Like, let's see what happens. It's like,
isn't that the show title? Where are we going? Did you?
It's the episode title.
Episode title.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Right. We have a conversation like, what are we doing? You're like, let's just see. Right. Like, if it happens, it must be a miracle. Right. You're like, yeah, a real miracle.
Yeah. Yo, that's
surgeries. Right. But like, no, I can't imagine that would just be so. That's
evil,
irresponsible, and unfair. Just unfair and just because we're moving through this whole entire thing with especially if we're married. There are actually legal things I feel like that would complicate that.
Yeah,
that goes beyond just ethically, within the situation. But yeah, the idea like we're talking, and particularly if that's the basis for if that's very important to the idea of why I'm choosing you is because we're going to do this thing. And then I don't even, I could have picked somebody else who would have been, it's the same thing as when people are not honest about whether they want to have kids.
Right.
But they can, but they don't want to. And then they kind of deny that and hide that. And then you're like, why aren't we moving forward? And they're like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you that I never want to have kids. Right. That is not something I'm ever interested in. I didn't mention it. Like, oh.
That's what I say. For me, it's not, and we were talking about this before you came, and I gave pretty much a similar answer. Like, to me, it's not about permission. It's about we have a life plan together, and I'm dramatically altering that. Like, I can't just do that without saying
unilaterally.
Something.
Like without.
It's nothing you had to ask for permission for. Come on.
Permission? I mean, you are. That word doesn't work. I'm never asking permission from my partner for something. He's never asked me for permission. We could talk about and then we make jokes about it. Because sometimes I'm like, I just want to check and see, are you cool with me going to, I'm about to do this. And then he'll joke like, yes, you have my permission. Because it's so ridiculous.
Right. Yeah. You're allowed to go out.
You're allowed to go out tonight. All right. It's like, no, it's not permission. I'm a grown person. I'm a grown up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't need, again, you're gonna write me permission slip. You're gonna like give me my hours and make sure that, you know, like,
yeah.
I'm not a child.
So is negative, but I think it's more so just like consideration.
But why not say that? What is the commitment?
Thank you.
Like, you need to like hold on to the word when the word permission is very, I mean, look it up. Like the word permission is built, you know, sort of around the idea of power, and that I'm giving you something, I'm granting you something because I have the power to grant it to you.
Right.
Because I am.
Don't y'all men to feel powerful?
Right. So Miss Sweetness says permission is the wrong word. So what word do you feel like is suitable? And this for the whole room.
Yeah.
It's been wrong.
The consideration word though. Like,
I like that word
like
too.
I think Stan, you talked about it too, right? Like it's like,
that's a good word. That's the right word.
Because it is, you're being considerate, right? That's the root of it. It's because I'm taking into consideration, you know, and I do want to hear what you have to say about it. Ultimately, I'm still gonna go out. But I'd like to know if you're if I'm gonna have a problem with you later when I come home. But like no, but
all right.
Like,
so
you know, we're
permission,
individuals in this world.
Authorization granted to do something, formal consent. Banking type
authorization.
Authorization. Someone has to be in
authorization.
Authority figure to give.
Unless they're in a dominant subordinate like kind of relation, that's not really gonna go. Like that's
is that not a common thing? Is dominant and submissive not common?
It is common, and it is a type of relationship. So I will say, that's why I said, but if you are not in that type of relationship, and even with those type of relationships, there are parameters when permission is actually like available. It's not going to necessarily always be throughout your whole life. It might specifically be in a sexual playground world.
Right. But you define the part, mutually define where that space is.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
And one of the things we talk about on our podcast is around what works for you, you know. So we say, like, you know, we don't give advice, for example, but we do have like thoughts, right? We'll give our, you know, based on what we think is best advice, based on what people who are experts say, based on what therapists might say, based on what other experts in the world, depending on what the topic is, might say, and based on our own experiences together and separately, we'll say, you know, these are things that work. But like, so when you ask about different types of relationships, there are lots of kinds. Some seem on their face unhealthy to me. Some don't. But it's not for me or Melissa or us as a couple to say like your way is right, your way is wrong. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of that too is based on like what's the root of that? Like why is this person chosen this relationship? What have they experienced that would lead them to this space where they think that this is a healthy dynamic where they, you know, what are they trying to reproduce? Are they trying to reproduce something they had, something they didn't have, something they were missing, something, you know what I'm saying? Like, did they lack a parental figure? So now they're trying to reproduce that in their partnership. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're often like men want their, they're unaware that they actually want their partners and wives to mother them, you know, or that they, you know, that women want like,
she's clocking it. Hello, Micah. Answer that, Mr. Permission Man. Hello.
Yeah, answer her.
What's wrong with the woman being feminine? What's wrong with a woman being feminine and in touch with
feminine and
what's wrong with a woman being in touch with her maternal?
No, that's not what I wanted you to answer.
I'm not your mom. Hello?
That's not what I was asking you to answer. She said you may be missing that parental figure and you're trying to show up that way in a relationship.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, you didn't hear that. Oh, okay.
Oh, you ain't hear the fatherless part, huh?
Got it.
And that happens all the time. I mean, I know people who have had experiences in their lives where they were not protected and we're not. And I think, you know, as Black women too, I think we move through the world often feeling unprotected. So that it's not ridiculous to feel like I want someone to still like, I don't want to have to like be the one to fight. Like if some shit goes down, like I still like, you know, that is a role that I do feel like in this world, you know, like I want to be protected in certain kinds of ways. But there are also people who were never protected as young people and feel like that they're looking for that, never had any direction or kind of lost and aimless. So they kind of want their partner to like give them direction where they're kind of like, you know, like that there are just a lot of situations where, so a lot of that I always ask, like, what's the root of this? Like, where does this come from? Like, if you want this, and again, people often date people that are, you know, replicas of their parents in certain ways. They do things, they watch stuff. I mean, there's like so many layers to it. A lot of it goes back to childhood.
Attachment styles.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you therapy, like, just right? Like, I mean, you just know, like, there's just so much, and you can look and you're like, oh, this is you know, it's not. Don't people say daddy issues, mommy issues? Like,
mommy issues. I didn't understand mommy issues.
Oh man, the mommy issues are we don't talk about that. We talk a lot more about daddy issues. But mommy issues, you know.
No, let me tell you, the women that had the mommy issues.
The men are the mommy issues.
But there are, yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about the
Look,
women.
look.
Women that don't have like a good relationship with the mom, or they are battling back and forth with their mom. It's just like a dude.
That does happen. Oftentimes women are have difficulty holding a lot of successful relationships with other women. Like maybe be friendships, or if they happen to be homosexual. But I think what they were speaking to, as far as more so like when it happens with the men, like I often notice that men that were successfully raised by single mothers subconsciously expect their partner to do all the roles that their single mother did, and they don't realize like she had to do that. You're a partner now. You don't need to be expecting me to do what your mother did.
Right. Like you're not babysitting your child. We just have this conversation. Like that is actually a role you're supposed to play, and jointly, like you can't babysit your own child. Like you're used to that there being only one person. And so if you do it, you think you're doing a favor, but that's actually the role you're supposed to play. Like there's so many instances of that. Even like, it's just interesting how all of these kind of things kind of play out in terms of that.
So I want to read something that Charlie Funk sent in the chat. He said, men be ruining these women with their mommy issues, then the dating pool get muddy.
Yes.
Not over here.
Wait, if you can see my face, it's like both eyes, just like the little boxes there.
Oh my God.
Michael.
There's always some fish in the sea, man. You just gotta pick them up.
Ew.
They good.
We gotta find you a therapist in 2026.
Even like sniff it a little.
Yo.
Oh my God.
But I do want to be asked, are y'all comfortable at this particular junction? Would y'all be comfortable in like, taking letters? Because I know y'all talked about giving advice and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of takes a certain thing of advice and, no, I might not know all of this situation, etc. Would y'all feel comfortable now reading something?
I think so. Yeah. And even like, the other day you said something, and I was like, you're really good at saying that too, which is like, I can't speak to that, like you're sort of,
I don't know
enough about this to speak about it, like, and you'll sort of say the things that you're, like, this is not my area of, and we preface those things, well, this is not my area of expertise. However, we have experienced this, we've seen this tends to be the patterns, or, like from a sociological perspective, and say that they typically, society looks at this is how this arises. But yeah, I think we're, just as long as people sort of say, like, again, we don't want to say we are not coming at it from a therapeutic standpoint, like, we're not trained professionals and, like life coaches, or although I don't know, but like,
but we have thoughts.
But we have thoughts.
So for example, and I don't want to spoil episode 2, but like episode 2 was a lot of fun.
That was fun. That's when we got, like, episode 1 is kind of like, we're like, you say I'm a little nervous.
It's solid.
It's solid. It's a solid. But by the second one, we're like,
like episode 2 is really good. And we were talking about this question. Like, dude walks up to me and says, "Yo, I'm about to go to this concert, and my front say, should I let my girl go on stage? Should I let my girl? If dude wants to sing to my girl because we got front row seats, should I let my girl go?" And this is his language, not mine. Yeah, that's what he's asking. And the first thing I would do is reframe the question away from permission, but like, like, or she's asking me, is it okay if I do this, right? Are you comfortable if I do this? Let's frame it that way, right? Like, what do you say to the girl? I mean, Micah, you're a single man, right? So you about to, let's pretend you were attached to somebody, right? And she said to you,
so just again, like
their faces be funny, I know.
And attempts, it's just like stillness, but it's not quite word. It's like straight face.
So Mike, you got this girl front row seats, right? Y'all going to the show. Y'all about to go see Usher. And there's a good chance she gonna get them cherries. There's a good chance he gonna serenade her, or maybe even bring her on stage. Are you comfortable with that?
Yes, I'd be happy for her.
Oh,
why?
Because that's what we come to this event for. That's like making the night more special or different. So I'm kind of like a proponent. That's
how I feel too. How about you, Stan? Would you be good with that too? Same way?
Yeah, sure, go right ahead. Because especially if this is somebody that we paid bread to go see, more likely it's probably one of her favorite artists or whatever. Yeah, go ahead. You want to get you one of them linty ass cherries? sure.
That's
But if Janet Jackson calls me on stage and want to put me on the little contraption, I don't want to hear shit.
I was talking about the contraption strap.
We talked with Janet Jackson.
And is that okay?
See how
voice got.
No.
See how voice got on IG for the falsetto.
No, I like this idea though. I like the way that they're thinking about it from the perspective of I want you to have the best experience possible, and that's the way that you often think. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what permission is all about,
right? And it's like I didn't pay my money. We want to all the full experience, like get the full experience. You get the
maybe not the full experience.
But
Usher would like to see you backstage.
Right. But I do like her showing consideration enough to ask me. I like to use the word permission, but permission for her to ask me, is that okay? And of course, I would love to allow that. You know what I'm saying? I think, and it puts me in a great place of feeling. It makes me feel better because you came and you cared enough to ask me permission if this was okay. That was so considerate of you.
How do you feel about it? Are you okay with it?
You feel like you question me.
You have to feel like you're
question me, woman.
There's authority that that you have and that you're giving permission. That's something to unpack with that.
Psychological. I just need it. I'm
right. Like I think that's an interesting thing to unpack. Like what is it that you need that you're deriving from this giving, this having this power, and like where is it? Where are you lacking?
In my relationship.
This would be like at work.
Oh,
like lacking in like authority at work. You feel like like is somebody feeling like then because that's what people do. People do that with their children all the time too.
Yeah,
like that's that people often take out like that is one thing that you can control.
I'm treated like shit on after hours. I'm treated like shit at work. I'm just sick of it.
Boy, shut up. Because somebody give a damn what I can talk about, okay? I'm tired. I'm tired of his permission.
I'm
tired. Yeah, we all tired at this point. We don't give a damn.
Y'all
he just talking to hear himself talk at this very point. You done, Micah? You done asking for permission?
She asked me, am I done? I appreciate that, Aaliyah.
That's me being considerate of my friend.
Any permission.
She asked me.
That wasn't permission to speak, sir.
He know better.
It's always your friends who care the most to ask.
But yeah, we're gonna be taking every episode. We're gonna take. Let me rephrase that. Every episode, we're going to ask for letters, questions, comments, thoughts. And we're going to try to get to as many as possible, similar to part of the show on JBTV. Sometimes there isn't one that fits. Like if there's one that we can't answer because we don't feel good about it,
right? But
we can't answer it, or it just sucks as a question, then we're not going to do it.
We're looking for good jumping off points too, like for bigger discussions, right? So that I think that's the beauty of some of these questions. It's like, they lead to much larger discussions about other issues, or about tangentially related things, or the thing itself, or
right.
So we love that too. Again, but we still want to address the actual question. But.
Exactly. So it's gonna be every Monday. Y'all gonna get a new drop. That's the idea. We're gonna work out the tiers. But for now, we gotta figure that out. Those are your tiers. We're gonna
tears. That's what I want to hear. Tears.
We're gonna work out the tiers, but it's gonna be every Monday released, hopefully 9 a.m., maybe 8 a.m. We don't want to compete with JB TV. Not that it matters. He got a gajillion viewers, but it's more just getting it out when people can watch it. You know what I mean? So hopefully y'all can support it. I know a lot of y'all already are on the Patreon, so I appreciate that. For those who are not, this might be another good reason to join, because this is a weekly pod. So thank y'all for
put it on right after the JBP posts their Patreon episode, and that way when we finish our JBP Patreon episode, it's gonna automatically roll into that because we're subscribed to your Marc Lamont.
Oh, that's smart. Okay, what time would that be?
JBP drops at 6 a.m.
Okay, and y'all go about 2 hours, so about 8 a.m. basically.
That works.
They do it on Monday too?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so so I see the follow. Okay, so yeah.
That works, y'all.
So how much are the tiers?
I'm on the $10 tier, and you get so much from the $10 tier.
You'll be able to watch the show on the $10 tier. We may do some bonus episodes that are on the 25, but
he got a 25. Okay.
Yeah. We got, because there's other stuff. The conversation series that I'm going to be doing on a regular basis. Those are like kind of like my version of the Barbara Walters specials that we saw Brian McKnight's family. That's going to end up on the $25 tier. Fix Your Face Stack.
Now I'm looking at a comment.
He looking at Seth
I'm just
being
gonna start
messy.
doing some promos.
Seth being messy in the comments.
I'm gonna start promoing your stuff.
They got NOLA niggas in the comments being messy. That's it.
Okay. Sound like I don't need to know, but
yeah.
But at the end of the day,
your friends.
Oh yeah, that is his friend though.
Mm-hmm.
Absurd.
Who's Absurd? Do I know Absurd?
From
Danny
Stage.
From Danny.
Yeah.
Absurd could never. It's crazy. That's messed up.
Seth is so messy for that. Like, why would he say that?
But yeah, so yeah, and thank you to everybody that's been supporting Patreon. It's been growing really fast and consistent, and we're grateful for that. And this is a way of just offering more content to people who are already watching, and also bringing more people into the conversation, because we really think that this will help. Everybody don't need a podcast, and everything don't need to be said, but we think this is like an important. It'll be a valuable contribution.
I hope people feel like it's a value added. You know, like that's not just more of the same conversation, because you know there are a lot of things to listen to. So we appreciate people listening to us, and we don't take that lightly. You know.
I can tell just by the way you're speaking that it's definitely going to be something that we're missing or different. Like you seem, well, of course you are, but you come off as intelligent and happy. And it's a nice listen. Like I was sitting here watching y'all. If you could have seen the comments, they were like, "Juicy's just eating this up," because like you have a nice dynamic, and I can see now where Mark is just kind of like half of the whole. I see like you guys communicate in the same patterns. You lean in a lot, your body language. So I'm gonna be eating it up as the therapist. I'm gonna be watching it. So
yeah. I'm so excited.
I don't know. That's right.
They're excited about it. I'm like, all right. Everyone's not completely,
No, people. It's
trying to destroy us.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Exactly. Somebody said this is a long prayer, Dad. You got a lot of enemies.
A lot of
he might be taking a call or two or something. You know. Doing a little inventory. You know, he's an entrepreneur.
He gonna come right back on here and ask questions about what we talked about. I know Dash.
Then he gonna kick my back in when I'm not here.
He surely is. So is Micah. So is Micah.
He gonna set.
Oh, I know.
No, me.
So Micah thinks that I am. He thinks that I am a panderer, and that
he thinks that you don't stand on a side. He thinks you straddle. Yeah, you see both sides.
Okay,
he doesn't know the word nuance.
Oh, okay.
Aaliyah, did you hear what Micah did before? We'll talk about it anyway. Go ahead.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, Micah thinks that Mark don't stand on. He can't stand on a point. He can't stand on how he feels. He feel like he straddles the fence.
Mark explained to his wife, like saying, "Oh, he doesn't understand." Nuance. And she said, "Oh, okay."
My wife is a child because she heard you say Mark straddled. She heard straddles and was checking.
Oh my God!
She's trying not to, because we're too mature to pause. So,
oh my God!
We put the camera on. So, Mark like straddle. We both like.
No, you take a step.
No, I understand nuance, but in this podcast field, you got to stand on one side or the other to make it an entertaining point. I'm just trying to make it more entertaining
for entertainment purposes. Sort of say,
yes, just for entertainment, strictly for entertainment.
Okay. Because that's what people do, though. That's the problem. That's why.
I hate.
He worked with people who do that.
Like going and they're like
he worked with people who do that. Oh no, sorry.
But you gotta think he's on the panel with 6 to 7 other people. You got 6 to 7 other people in there, so you're going to get a very mix of views. So if you stand on both sides of one, you know what I'm saying, you're going to take somebody else.
Perspective to the possibility of where everyone.
That's how I see it.
Thinking about it,
but this is why I have taken the feedback. I've taken the feedback. Sometimes when the story would start, I would say, well, some people feel like this and some people feel like this,
and they don't get what you actually think about it.
Yeah, and for me, that's how you introduce a story as a host.
Yeah, that's the journalism in him too.
It's like you.
I'm saying like as a journalist, like that's you present that, and then you say like, and then you get editorial, and you're like,
right.
Well, how I feel is XYZ.
But he feels like I get all the points. Not just him, because other people have said it too. Like that, I get all the arguments out before people even get a chance to talk on. They've heard of, which I didn't experience it that way as a listener.
This is on
JBP in particular. So
you intro something like I'm trying to think of what
right.
So then everybody's heard you giving everybody's side.
Yeah, and to me, like that's where you should jump in and argue. I don't see it that way, but I'm not the audience, so I got to defer to the audience. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so I stop. If you notice, I don't do that. The last few episodes, I've made a point to.
I can see that though. I can see not wanting to hear. Now, if there are sort of contrary positions in the group, I don't want to hear you give the contrary position that you don't actually hold when there's somebody in the group that actually holds that position.
Here's the one catch. You say hypothetically you're in a situation where everyone hasn't read in on the topic and doesn't know the topic.
They don't actually know that. Yeah.
Hypothetically.
That's shady.
Yeah.
Hypothetically. No.
Clip that up, y'all. Clip that up.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Flip
because
said
Mark
you
throwing
love to throw
shade.
your coworkers under the bus.
He throwing shade.
They think I'm shady.
I got the stamp.
You think I'm shady?
That's a stamp. It's great.
I'm right next to you. There's no microphone problem. You're like, huh?
I can't hear you.
I am not shady.
No.
No, but I'm just saying. Sometimes it's like I'm lobbing up the perspective so people can pick one because they don't know the
They
story.
don't know that. So that's again the journey too.
Oh man, you definitely deserve.
You want to give them a little bit of something to work with.
Mark said them niggas not well read.
That's
I'm
why
not
you
saying
part of the year.
I'm just saying everybody doesn't know every story.
Right.
You know, his name used to be library before you came. Now
Yeah, before you came.
They're not
Y'all niggas
tuned in. They're not locked in like you. We got it, Mark. We gonna clip it up. We'll put that in the
They're not
caption.
locked in.
I ain't scared. I'm Potter of the year.
Period.
I feel like you're not on my side no more. Yeah, no.
Yo, John
it's
said,
big library, man. It's all love.
It's a great space. Again, I think it's. I mean, I like the fact that you know, I think they're great. I love them. So like,
we like everybody.
Yeah, like they're just they're just like I love them. So, and I like the fact that you get to have conversation and you can still walk away without feeling like you could have disagreements.
Yeah,
but y'all are,
it drove me home once.
Yeah, like y'all be like that. I'm like, all right. So now I always joke about them. I'm like, are you talking to your
little boyfriend?
Your little boyfriend?
Oh my God.
Never living that down. You never living that down.
And I'm like, and again, not to be, but like they enjoy talking to each other. Like they really genuinely enjoy speaking to one another, which on the show might look like,
but that's what makes it so corny when I see
like
you on YouTube like Mark and Ish don't speak.
Videos, and they really deeply hate.
I'm on the phone with him right now.
Like literally, they were like, "Yo, you see this?" Like I'm like, oh God. Like it's very cute actually. I mean, I always like when you have friends.
My little friends.
I like when you have your little friends.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I think I genuinely, like
your little friends.
You have that kind of camaraderie with your coworkers.
Well, and I got it with all of them. That's the funny part.
Just different. You have different relationships. They're different people, different dynamics, but like it's all like love. Which I just think
I'm sitting on the phone with Flip for 30 minutes, and they're like, "Who you talking about?" Flip. He's like, "Okay," like you can tell by my voice the different people, but it's all like.
Do you ever see a viral moment and? Well, okay. How have you reacted in the past to seeing a viral moment? I guess maybe I'm thinking in particular, maybe the flat Earth debate, the tricky words is what him and Ish were. Him and Flip were arguing.
It's funny because it's funny because the tricky words thing. I didn't actually watch it because here's the thing: I don't like to see him be upset like that. So people were hitting me up. My girls, my people were like, "Yeah, is Mark all right?" Like, and I was like, oh God, like, we spoke about it.
I said something happened at work today.
Yeah. And then you were like, you got into it. And then people were asking me about it. And I was like, oh, like, and then you actually talked me through it.
Yeah.
So I kind of already knew. So I didn't feel like I really didn't want to see you get angry and kind of jump up. And then eventually, like, I was like, all right, like once I kind of heard about it enough and I was like, I can watch it. But initially, I don't really like to see you argue with people. Like not in a real way where you're getting upset. And I sound like you were genuinely upset. And then, and that was the other thing. Again, these videos be so wild. Like I just so weird to be on the side. And you're like, yo, that absolutely didn't happen. Because you actually spoke to Flip. You had a whole thing and you worked out. And then you were good because you weren't even into what everybody else was saying about it. You didn't like the interaction and you wanted to have, different communication about it. And so once you did, you were like, I'm good on that. And then still all the stuff on the internet.
Monday, I was straight. And it's like, Mark makes Joe make a choice.
Right.
Like, no.
And it's just like stuff like
Me and Flip split a sandwich the next time I saw it. You know what I mean?
But yeah, so I didn't, and then I just get annoyed by debates that are stupid. That I get frustrated. I get frustrated by the same things. I was like, what is this flat earth nonsense? I was like, so I was like, I was glad that again, it happened in the way that because again, bringing forth other thoughts and ideas and perspectives and some actual facts. And knowledge, and then other people have real facts, and so I think it's important to bring that in that particular situation. But generally, I just don't like to see you really get upset. So
yeah, and generally, I don't. Man, that's why I haven't been upset on TV more than 5 times.
And then the songs were fun. Tricky to you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, that was fun.
The remix was fun.
Was fun. But
how did you was there any difference when you appeared on the Mark and Ian show? I'm just saying Mark and Ian just because he's here and you're here, but it's really the Ian and Mark show. But how was there?
I had the final word on that.
How was it? Like, did people start like looking for your profile? Like, was it that kind of frenzy yet? Like, or
it's funny because I have my profile set to private for since I guess Malcolm was born.
Yeah.
Around the time our son was born, because I had a public, profile, and then so I can always tell though when something is said or something's done, because then I get a bunch of requests, or like if something was seen, so that's always kind of interesting. But I had a very good time doing Mark and Ian, Mark, whatever, like Mark and Ian.
Thank you, baby.
And so, because it was they're just very silly, and I love to see you have a good time, and I think you would generally have a good time. And I had a good time.
You've done 2 episodes, right, or 3?
I did one in here and then one in there. Did I do another one?
I feel like you did.
On the basement, yeah.
Oh,
three.
Yeah.
Like this room in the basement, yeah.
Yes. So you getting good at it too.
I was like, it's fun. I was like, I like this. This is fun. It's different. It's a whole different world. It's a completely different. It's just nice to kind of do things that are completely outside of you. I think you do so many different things that you don't appreciate how like the rest of us like very rarely do things that are completely outside of like the norm and your everyday. So it just was like a nice little deviation, and I was like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah, I don't love the comments sometimes.
What you mean?
Because they be starting with in Patreon, they'd be like, "Well, all due respect,"
and
then they go,
"Disrespect is coming."
It's
only one thing's coming after that. But other than that, yeah, I bet you do. But that's my little ego. But other than that, it's fine. I don't. But
you really don't joke. I mean, that's the thing. We joke about it, but like,
I don't care. I'm happy that you're enjoying it. It's fun. It's fun to do this stuff because for all this time we haven't worked together.
Yeah, I know.
So,
right? I mean, we've done little things here and there. We've written things here and there, but like we haven't done this side of things.
Yeah. So it's
and again, it's genuinely funny. Like when we were in here, like that first one, it was like sometimes I'll be like, all right.
Right, because you can't.
It kind of reminds me of was it the Cosby Show? Bill Cosby and what's the lady's name? She's a good lady.
Felicia Rashad or Camille Cosby?
Yes, Felicia Rashad.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wait, no, if you meant Bill Cosby.
You mean Cliff and Claire?
Cliff Custle we fuck with.
Yes, Cliff and Claire.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
man.
Like to do
well, look, we appreciate y'all, man. We got to run because we got to eat, and I know y'all got other stuff to talk about, but thank y'all for rapping to us. And for real, make sure you check out the show, give your feedback, be gentle. It's our first episode. But I think we on to something.
The second one also is much better.
Yeah, but
I mean, not the first one, but like the second one, I really enjoyed. Like the nailed. I think the first one was. The second one was just.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
What you say, bro?
Y'all do have permission to leave anytime you would like to.
Thank you, Michael.
No problem at all.
Yeah. What was that? Who was it? They said 2026. Like you gotta.
It's the year of therapy for you, Michael.
Unpack that.
Like yeah, we gotta get down to it.
Unpack that. I love that.
Gotta get down to it.
Unpack that.
Once we unpack it, y'all gonna find out that I'm right. Like y'all like, okay.
Enough for you. Enough.
Or complicated relationship.
I'm gonna say or.
All right, y'all. Send Dash love for me, man. I'll see y'all later.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all.
Good night.
Pulling up. Appreciate y'all.